Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's tutorial, we are going to create one automation in which we are going to write a Lambda. And what exactly this Lambda is going to do is this Lambda is going to start and stop EC2 instances. Now, the two Lambda functions that we are going to write, this Lambda functions would be written in Python, and these two Lambda functions would be scheduled with the help of an event rule that we are going to configure in Eventbridge. So guys, let's go ahead and start with the implementation. So let me jump to the console right away. Okay. So guys, over here you can see I have created two instances, Linux instances. One is Linux dev and one is Linux UAT. Why I have named it dev and UAT, I will show you. If I click on this and if I go to tags, you can see I have created two tags. One is name Linux dev and another one is environment. So the environment is very important for us, which we are going to refer in our code. And if I go to this, go to tags UAT, you can see environment is UAT. Okay, so now uh, before we go ahead and create our Lambda functions, first let's create a policy and a role which would be used by our Lambda function. So I will just open the IAM console. In IAM console, I will go to policies, create policy. So in this, I am going to select first EC2. So in EC2, first I will go to read. Here we will check describe tags, then I will go to list, and in list describe instance types, and if I go down it should be describe instance status, three of it. Okay, let me change. Now I'm going to go to write, and in write, okay, just give me a minute, it's not loading. Okay, it has loaded. So okay, so if I go here, what I will have to select is start EC2 instance. If I scroll down, start instances and stop instances. That's it. Now I will minimize this and let me directly go to resources. Over here I will give all resources. That's it. Now I will click on add permissions. So this permission is done. So if I click on choose service, this time I am going to choose logs. So if I click on CloudWatch logs, over here I am going to select everything. Okay, and in resources I will select all resources. And if I go to policy now, you can see what all we have selected: describe start instances, describe tags, describe instance types, stop instances, and describe instance status. So I will go next to tags. We are not going to give anything in tags, and over here I will write EC2 underscore schedule underscore policy. I will copy this name, create the policy. Okay. So guys, as the policy is created, I will just go ahead and create role now. So in role, it will be Lambda, AWS service Lambda, click next, and in policy, just copy paste our policy name that we have used, select that policy next, and over here I will give the role name as EC2 schedule role. That's it. I will create the role. So guys, till now what we have did, we have created the IAM policy and IAM role. So guys, as part of today's implementation, so till now we have created the role for Lambda along with policy. Now we will move to step 2, that is create Lambda functions using role created and check if the logs are getting created in CloudWatch log groups. So let's move to step 2. I will just go ahead and search for Lambda. I will open it in the new tab. So over here, let's write on create Lambda EC2 underscore instance underscore start. We will take the runtime as Python, and I will give the execution role over here, the one that we have already created, EC2 schedule role. Okay, and I will create the function. So guys, as I have created the function, what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to modify this. Okay, and over here let's write. So guys, right now what I'm trying to do is, let me deploy this code. So right now I will just try to run this Lambda once. The reason for that is, uh, I want to check if the CloudWatch logs are getting created for this specific Lambda. Okay, so for that only I am just running a normal test case. So over here there was an error, so the print p was capital, so test, and it was success. Okay, now, and you can see hello Lambda was printed. Now what I will do is I will go to monitor. In monitor I will go to view logs, and as you can see guys, the logs is created successfully, and this is the output, hello world, sorry, hello Lambda. Now so our step 2 is completed. Now we will move to step 3. What is step 3? We are going to create a rule in Eventbridge to trigger Lambda to start EC2 instances. Okay, now so for that what we will do, I will just search for Eventbridge. Okay, so Eventbridge is opened. Now we'll click on create rule, EC2 underscore stop instances. If the instance is stopped. Done. Now I will go to event pattern. In event pattern, I will define predefined pattern by service. In this I will select AWS. In AWS I will select EC2, and under EC2 I will select the event type as EC2 instance state change notification, and in instant change notification I will click on specific states. In this specific state I am going to use stopped. So guys, as you can see, what we have detail type, it is showing as EC2 instance state change notify, and the state is stopped. So just make sure that it gets updated over here. So once it is updated over there, now we are going to select the targets. So the target would be the Lambda function that we have created recently. It would be EC2 instance start. Okay, so whenever an EC2 instance is going to stop, it is going to send an event, uh, and that event is going to trigger our AWS Lambda functions that we have created. So the Lambda function that we are going to write now, this will automatically start the EC2 instance. So I will just click on create. Okay, so guys, so this is created successfully. Now let's see what is our next step. So till now we have created role. So now while we go to the step 4, what I'm going to do is, we are going to start writing our Python code in the Lambda function that we have created. So let's go to the Lambda console. In Lambda console I will go to code. So in code, what I'm going to do first is, let me show you. So right now I am going to save the event that we are going to fetch from Eventbridge. So the event which is sent from Eventbridge, I am going to event underscore JSON. I will save that in variable. So JSON dot dumps event, and I will print it it over here. Okay, so once it is done, I will click on deploy. So the code is saved. So now guys, what I'm going to do is I will bring any go to my EC2 instances and I will bring down my EC2 instance. Okay, I will just click on. Okay, before doing that, what I will do, I will go to the log group of our Lambda. I will just delete the existing logs, and as the existing log is deleted, now I will go back and I will just stop the instance. So guys, till the instance does not move to stopped status, right now it is showing stopping. Till the time it is not in stopped status, the event from Eventbridge is not going to get triggered. So once it is stopped, then we can go ahead and check the logs. Okay, now it is stopped as you saw. Now I will go to my CloudWatch logs, and if I refresh, okay, if I click on it, so guys, you can see my JSON input is been printed over here. So what I'm going to do is just copy this from here and go to the test function, configure test event, and paste it over here. So why I'm doing this? So after once I start writing code, I don't have to again trigger that to check if my code is working or not. So now once that is done, let's remove it right away and let's start coding. So now first, as we are going to use a Boto3 to write our code in Python. So first we will import Boto3. Okay. So once you have imported Boto3, what I am going to do is let me go to Google and let me go to official documentation EC2 Boto3. In EC2 Boto3, I am going to use the service resource. Okay. Okay. So we will click on service resource. So in service resource, I will just copy this line and paste it in my Lambda code. Okay. And over here, I will just mention my region name also. Region underscore name is equal to US hyphen east. Okay, so this is done. So now, as you can see, we have invoked our resource client that we are going to use. After invoking the resource client, what I'm going to do is I am going to fetch the instances name, and I am going to apply some filter. So in this code, what we're going to do, as I said, right now we have two instances, one with the tag dev and one with the tag UAT. But we have to only run our automation code on development environment only. That is the reason I am going to put the filter tags over here. So for doing that, what I will do, I will just go back to my code and over here, I will go back to the official documentation, and under this service resource, I will go to instances. And in instances, we have another method which is and filter. So in filter, you can see creates an iterable of all instance resources in collection filtered by the arguments passed to the method. So what I will do, I will just copy this. Okay. So, and I will paste it over here. Instances is equal to, okay. So in this method, what I am going to do is I have to write the filter. So for filter, what is this filter argument? This filter argument is supposed to be a list, and inside this list we can pass the name and values. So what would be there in the name? If I so in name you will have to mention the filters over here. So in name you can mention the filter name. So over here in our scenario we are going to use the instance state name. So this is the instance state name. So this would be name, and in values you have to provide the value that you have to use. So if I just copy this let me copy this and paste that in our code. So over here, so the name would be instance state name. So why I'm using this filter? So by using this filter, I am only going to run my code on the instances which are in the stop state. So if the instance ID that we are trying to fetch, if that specific instance is in the stop state, then and only then my code will run. So I will just mention this filter name over here, and in values I will mention the value. So the value would be this. Okay. Okay. So guys, now I will just copy the same block over here once again. And in this specific block, another thing I'm going to use tag. So where is tag? So yes, this is tag. So the tag and the key name that we are going to use. So tag would be as it is. So over here, I will write tag hyphen key. So what is the key that we are going to use? The key that we are going to use is env. So let me go back, and over here I will mention env, and the value that we are going to use is dev. Where it is mentioned in our tags. See, the value is tags. Sorry, dev. If I go over here, okay, so we have given two values, okay, in our uh, instances function. So now what I can do is I can just come down, and after coming down, let's see if it is fetching any instance name. So id is equal to instance. Okay. So guys, what it is going to return? This is going to return a list. So if I click on this instances, sorry, if I go to the official documentation, it will tell you that what is the return type. So the return type would be a list. So now we have to iterate into this list to fetch our information that we require. So for iterating the list, I am going to do is I am going to write a for loop. So in this for loop, for instances, first I will try to fetch the id. id is equal to instance dot id, and let's print the instance id equal to plus id. So let's try to deploy this code and see if our code is functional. I will just click on test. So before doing this, let me go to configure test event. I can see, okay, it is stopped, and this is the instance ID that it should fetch, B006. Okay, so I will just cancel this. Now I will click on test. Okay, it is showing me that there is one error. Okay, so instance ID, got it. So I will just use str id, str. So I am just going to typecast this id as str id, and I'm going to deploy it, and let's see if it resolves our error. If I click on test, so guys, you can see our code is running successfully. The response is success, and the instance ID over here, it is printed. It is the same instance ID that we have in our event. Okay, so till now our code is running as expected. Okay, so going forward, what I'm going to do is now what we have to perform. So we have to start the EC2 instance. So for doing that, what I'm going to do is uh, let me instance ID stopped. Oh, sorry, not stopped, started. Let's keep this as it is. Now what we are going to do is now we have to start the instances once we receive an event. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same method, and in this what I will do, I will just, let me take it to the official documentation. So first we used the argument as filters. Now I'm going to use the argument as instances. Kindly note this argument expects a list. So if I will just copy this, and in this uh, I will mention the ID. Okay, and at the end I am just going to write dot start. That's it. So I will just mm, deploy this code. Okay, so as the code is deployed successfully, let's test it. So if you can see right now, this instance is in stop state, right? It is in stop state. If I go back now, let me go ahead and run this code and see what is the output. So let's test it. Okay, we got one error, a runtime invalid syntax. It's line 17. Okay, okay, got it. So let me go back over here in the code. So guys, what mistake I have made over here is uh, at the end of start, I have not completed this braces, opening and closing braces. I will deploy it, and now we will test the code. Okay, so the invalid ID. Let's run the code once again. So as you can see now, as it is okay, it is deployed successfully over here. Let's wait for it. Okay, once the successful message is there, then we will click on test. So before this, I clicked on that before the successful message, and you can see our code was successful, and it has printed the instance ID. Now let's go to the console and see if it has started this instance. I will refresh it. Okay guys, so as you can see, it has started our EC2 instance. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to, till the time it start. So for now our code is functional, it is up and running. Okay, and what we can do, we can just, okay, the code is as it is. So we will go to event bridge now. Now we have to schedule this rule. So I will open the rule EC2 stop instances, and I will click on edit, and after clicking on edit I will also add schedule to this rule. Okay, so in this you have to make sure that you learn about this. Okay, so guys, in this what you have to understand is this pattern that we are going to use over here. Okay, so now for us, what we have to do is we have to run this code from Monday to Friday, and at 9 a.m. in the morning. So for doing that, what I will do is I will just refer this chart. There are a few examples how you can do it. So minutes would be 0, hours would be 9, and day of month would be star, and day of week I am going to mention. So what I will do over here is I will go to Amazon Bridge, and over here first I will write minutes is equal to 0, hour is equal to 9. Okay, then question mark. What is that question mark? That question mark is supposed to be day of the month. We are going to keep that as question mark, as a we are going to use the wildcard as question mark, and after that I will use another one which is day, which is month, and it would be star. Then I have to use this from Monday to Friday. So see, now I will go to day of the week. So there is an example 1 to 7. So instead of 1 to 7, I will use 2 to 6 space. Then the year Again, I'm going to use it as star. Now see the sample events. So you can see it is going to run 9 a.m. every time. Okay, and you can set it in your local time zone also. So guys, that's how you can write your Lambda code, and what it when it is going to trigger the schedule. What this schedule is going to do is, this schedule is going to run this code. What this code is going to do, this code is going to fetch all the EC2 instances. So after fetching all the EC2 instances, it is going to sort the EC2 instances based on the instance name. First, it will check the instance state name, that if it is stopped, then it will check whether it is holding the tab as dev. So instead of 9 o'clock, what you can do is, instead of that, you can also use it, run it at 8:30. So that's it for this specific EC2 start automation. Now we will move to our next step. So for our next step, what I am going to do, first let me go ahead and save this update. Okay, so now it is updated successfully. So what we have done, we have created the role, we have created Lambda function using the role, we have created rule in Eventbridge, then we have created the Python code, then we have scheduled the Eventbridge rule to start EC2 at 9 a.m. Then we have tested our automation. Okay. So guys, let's move ahead and write our second automation, which is where we will create the same pattern. In this, we will write create Lambda function by using the rule that we have already created. So let's start with the step one. So first, let's jump to our console over here. Now, I will open one more Lambda tab. So over here, we have created EC2 instance start. Now, I will create a function with EC2 underscore instance underscore stop. Done. After doing that, it is going to be Python 9.9 3.9, sorry, and sorry, not advanced setting, change default role. So we are going to use the role EC2 schedule role that we have already created, and I am going to just create the function. So after creating the function, we will do the same thing. I will just write success and I will print hello Lambda. Deploy the code, test, again test, and I will just click on create. So guys, why I'm running the sample code, I just want my log group to be created successfully. I will click on test. Okay, so it was successful as per the response. I will go to configuration now, and sorry, I will go to monitor now, and in monitor I am going to click on view logs in CloudWatch. So guys, as you can see, log group is created and log stream is also created, and the logs are getting logged. And if I just view it as text, you can see hello over here. So I guess over here in the code, okay, I have just written hello. Lambda was not written. So I will just deploy and I will test again. Go over here, refresh it. Okay, maybe it has created a new log stream. Yes, it has. So guys, as you can see, hello Lambda is printed successfully over here. So uh, now what we have done, we have successfully created the Lambda function, and we have checked that our Lambda function is creating Lambda logs. So guys, now we don't have to create Eventbridge rule before we are creating the code, because we already have a test event which is already present over here. So what I will do, I will just click on configure test event. I will copy this. After copying this cancel, I will go to our Lambda function that we have recently created, and I will use the same in my current this. And over here, I will keep the state as running. Save. Okay. So that is the reason. As we already have the test event, we don't have to create the event bridge rule before to get the JSON output. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the first function that we have created. Just copy this code as it is and paste it over here. And once you paste it over here, so the only change that you will have to do is you have to change the values. What is values? As I have shown you in the official documentation. So in filter, instance state name. So now our instance state name is going to be running. So it will become running, and the tag would be the same, dev environment. And for instance, in instances, and over here the only change that we have to do is on this line. So instead of start, it is going to be stop. That's it, guys. So I will just deploy this code and I will show you if this code is working successfully or not. So now before doing that, what I will do, okay, so let's just comment this line, deploy our code, and let's test if it is working successfully. Okay, so there is no errors in the code. The code is working fine, absolutely. And if I go to Linux dev instance, you can see 5b006 is running currently. I will refresh it. Now let's go over here and remove this line and test. Okay, so the code was successful. If I go over here and if I refresh, and guys, as you can see, this code is also working. Now as our Lambda function is working now, what we are going to do next, we are going to create an event bridge rule. So let's go to the event bridge console again, click on rules, create rule, EC2 running instance. So over here I will click on schedule. Now I have to run this for the year. I'm again going to use cron job. So in cron job we are again going to go with the same pattern. So for minutes I am going to mention as 0. Sorry. So guys, this is the one which is to stop. Okay, so for stopping it is going to be, sorry, before doing that, let's first go ahead and select our EC2 instance stop lambda over here, and in cron job I will give 0. Now if I go back to, so ours is from 0 to 23. So over here we have to stop the instances at 6 p.m. So for that, what I will do, I will use 20, and again I will give day of month as question mark using the wildcard. Then I have to run this from Monday to Friday, 2 to 6, and so the year would be again wildcard. So guys, that's it for this, and I will just go ahead and you can see EC2 instance stop is selected as trigger, and I will create it. Okay, parameter schedule is not valid. Maybe I made some mistake. So over here I missed to put a star. Okay, see, now it is showing. This is going to run at 20 every day, Monday to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I will just go ahead and create. So guys, that is done successfully. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video. Thank you for watching my YouTube tutorial, guys. Good day.